Alright guys, good evening. Let's get started with the next topic, that is Accounting Standard 29, Provision, Contingent Liability and Contingent Assets. So this particular standard deals with when should you account a provision, or when should you recognize a provision, when should you disclose a contingent liability, when should you disclose a contingent asset. That's all it is. Fair enough, huh? Provision is recognized, contingent asset and contingent liability are only disclosed in notes to accounts. This standard gives you a guidance when you should do all that stuff. Are we fine, sir? Okay. First, you need to know something known as executory contract. Why? Because for executory contract, AS 29 does not apply. AS 29 is what? Provision, contingent liability and contingent asset. If you have something known as executory contract, then this particular standard AS 29 will not apply. Fine, now, except where the contract is onerous. We'll see all that also in a bit. For onerous contract, AS 29 is applicable. For executory contract, AS 29 is not applicable. That is what they're trying to say. Easy? That means now we need to know what. So what do we mean by executory contract? Executory contract means, it's given anyway there. Executory contract means simply those contracts in which the parties in the contract have not performed their obligation. Whatever duties or whatever things that the parties in the contract had to do, no, they have not done. Or they have done to equal extent. This is okay. These we call it as executory contract. Can I give you an example? Suppose we'll take Irfan. Okay. Irfan, sir. Okay. He cleared CA final, sir. Congrats. Wait. He got first rank also. Now you congratulate him. Yeah. Okay, he cleared CA final syllabus with first rank. Is it okay? So, there is a company known as Wipro. Alright, they were telling, sir, we want that candidate who secured first rank in CA final. So, they made an offer to Irfan, sir. Please come and join our company. Is it okay? You have cleared your CA and we were looking for such candidates. You fit in the role perfectly. Please come and join. Are we okay? So, Wipro told Irfan, we will give you a package of 2 lakh rupees per month. Everyone will give you about 2 lakh rupees. And if you join our company, we will give you a joining bonus of 3 lakh rupees. Normally, it is practice in some company that if you join that particular company, they'll give you one lump sum initially. That we call it as what? Joining bonus. So if Irfan joins Wipro, then Wipro will give how much? 3 lakh rupees straight away lump sum as joining bonus. Okay now? So far good with the example. Let's say all this drama happened on 1st April 2021. But the joining date is 1st May 2021. On 1st April 2021, Wipro made this offer to Irfan. Alright. But when will Irfan supposed to join the company? 1st May. Can you tell me whether this is an executory contract? Can you tell me whether this is an executory contract? What does executory contract mean? The parties involved in the contract have either not performed their obligations. Who are the parties in this contract, sir? Irfan and Wipro. Those are the two parties concerned. What is Wipro ka obligation here? If Irfan joins, they need to pay him how much? 3 lakh rupees joining bonus. Have they already paid Irfan 3 lakh rupees joining bonus or yet to pay? Yet to pay. And what is Irfan ka obligation, sir? To join the company. We are in 1st April 2021 now. Has Irfan already joined or he'll report from 1st May onwards? That means there is still 1 month for what? Irfan to join, and there is still 1 month for Wipro to give that joining bonus. Yes or no? Have both the parties performed their obligation or yet to perform their obligation? Such contract we call it as executory contract. Or both the parties have either not performed their obligation or they have performed to equal extent. Meaning even Irfan has signed that I will join. Even Wipro has made an offer that so and so money. That means both of them have performed their obligation to equal extent. Is that okay? Such contracts we call it as executory contract. And if it is executory contract, AS 29 does not apply. So did you get the meaning of this term executory contract now? Are we okay? Onerous contract we'll see later on. For the time being, ignore that for the time being. Did you understand what is executory contract? Everybody clear? Huh? So can I move on to the next one? Okay, sir. Sir, if you want to create something known as provision, or if you want to create something known as contingent liability, or maybe let's understand what you know about provision. What according to you is a provision? Not contingent liability. What according to you does a provision mean? You have done provision and all, too many things. No, provision for tax, provision for doubtful debts. Like this, many things you have done. Estimation. Okay, yes, sir. Appropriation of profit for future expense. Is provision a charge against profit or appropriation of profit? Appropriation. Chara. Provision for taxation. Charge means compulsory. Appropriation means optional. Like dividend is optional or compulsory now? Optional. If company has profit, they will pay it. Yes or no? Tax and all. Provision for doubtful debts. All these are what, sir? Obligations which you compulsorily need to make. Provisions are charge against profit. Why not appropriation? So one is that. So somebody is saying keeping something aside for future. Okay, you're keeping something aside for future, it seems. Okay. Others? Creating a reserve. That means you say no difference between reserve and provision. No? So provision is for a specific purpose. Reserve is for general purpose. Okay, fine, fair enough, sir. All those are your what? First PU card definition. Fair enough. Here, if you want to make a provision, first you need to go back. I'll tell you now what the definition or how it takes. All right. If you want to think about, not even creating, if you want to think about creating provision or disclosing contingent liability, one feature you should compulsorily have. That is something known as obligation. Only if obligation exists, then only you will think about recognizing provision or disclosing contingent liability. If obligation is not there, both of this guys will not come. Are we okay? First point, is this clear? That means what is the next question now? So what do we mean by obligation? Obligation means what? Something which the company cannot escape from. They don't have any other choice but to settle that obligation. They have to go ahead with that obligation. Like we have an obligation now, yes or no? You have joined our academy. Can we say, hey, Josh mein we said we will take class, now we don't have mood, please go. Can we tell off like that? What will you do? Yes or no? Correct? So that means we have an obligation, yes or no, to conduct what? Classes. Yes, that is our obligation, meaning we have no escape scenario. That no escape scenario only we call it as what? Obligation. Only if obligation is there, then only you'll think about creating provision or contingent liability. Fine, now you'll see some case study, obligation will not be there. We'll see. Enough case studies we have in this. Don't worry about that. Okay. Fair enough so far. So if you want to create provision or contingent liability, what is the primary criteria? Obligation should be there. And obligation means what? For pet name, you can say what? Which no escape. Company cannot escape from. Fair enough. There is no alternative for the company but to settle that obligation or simply no escape. Got it, sir? Okay. That obligation could be of two types. It could be either legal obligation or it could be constructive obligation. Obligations are of two types, legal and constructive. Legal obligation means that which arises as part of contract or a law. Like A Limited and B Limited entered into a contract saying A Limited will supply the goods and for 10 lakh rupees. A Limited will supply the goods to B Limited and B Limited will pay how much for that goods? 10 lakh. This is the contract they have signed. So what sort of an obligation? Does A and B have any obligation here? You check. Can A Limited and B Limited escape from it or they've already signed this contract? They've already signed this contract. That means A Limited has to supply the goods and B Limited has to what? Make the payment for it. Yes or no? And this obligation, how is it arising? As per law now or as per contract or a law? Yes or no? Such obligations we call it as legal obligation. Something which arises as part of the law or as part of contract. Like gratuity and all you need to pay. Correct? No. That is as per Gratuity Act. That is legal obligation. This is coming as per a particular act or a law. So here what obligation is what? This is as per the contract. Those obligations which arise as part of contract or a law, we call it as legal obligation. Manageable so far, sir. There is another type of obligation known as what? Constructive obligation. Can I give you an example for this? Okay, sir. Now our academy, Arivu Pro Academy, no? Okay. Excuse me. Sir, we have a practice. The practice that we have is whoever gets the rank, we give him a cash reward of 10,000 rupees. Really, sir? This is just examples. Okay. All right. We have a small practice. What is that practice? Whoever gets a rank in IPCC or in final, we reward them with what? 10,000 rupees. Inter only, sir. IPCC is nothing but inter only. Yeah, one and the same. Aliyala Mangala Ganda. Nana. Okay, they're all asking really. Okay. Just an example. We'll see the reality later. Okay. So that is our practice. We have not entered this into a contract with any student saying what? If you get a rank, we'll pay 10,000. Like this, we have not signed any agreements. This is just our practice. In the last 3 years, let's say we have been doing this practice. Meaning, let's say you checked with your senior. Let's say one of your senior got a rank. Okay, and he had also got a cash reward of 10,000 from us. This is okay. That means what is your thinking now? What is your thinking now? If I get a rank, I will also get 10,000 rupees. Yes or no? Have we signed any contract with you saying we'll give you 10,000? No. But still, Arivu Pro Academy has an obligation. What sort of an obligation is that? We have something known as constructive obligation, because it is not as per a contract or law, or because this obligation is there because of past practice. And what is past practice of our academy? We will pay the reward. Though we have not signed any specific agreement with any of the students, but our past practice indicates what? We pay the 10,000. I mean, still we have an obligation to pay that 10,000 if any student gets a rank. Is this okay? These sort of obligation, we call it as constructive obligation. Somebody is saying moral obligation. Yes, you can think like that. Don't write the word moral in exam. Always use the term constructive obligation. Constructive obligation means those obligation which does not come as part of law or contract, which comes as part of previous trade practices or customs or etc. Like this. Are we good? So we understood now. So only if obligation is there, then only you'll think about creating either provision or creating or disclosing contingent liability. Obligations are of two types. What is that? Legal and constructive. Legal means that which comes as part of law or a contract. Constructive means those obligation which arises due to previous trade practices or customs. So far, good. Next, you would make a provision. If you want to recognize provision or book a provision in your books, 4 features should be there or 4 conditions should be there. Only if the 4 conditions are satisfied, then only you can think about creating provision. Can we look at those conditions? It's all given here. I'm just going to write it in short words. Okay. So the 4 conditions for provisions are: first one, there must be present obligation. There must be something known as present obligation, which should arise out of past event. Arises out of past event. Due to this event, there should be probable outflow of economic resource. Probable outflow of economic resource. This is your third feature. And reliable estimate of the outflow. Reliable estimate of outflow. If all these conditions are there, then only you will create something known as provision. Otherwise, you cannot book provision. Now we'll understand each one of them separately, and we have a lot of case study. First, let's understand, and all the case study, if you understand this properly, we have almost 10 cases. 10 cases can be literally finished in 10 to 15 minutes. Everything is based on these 4 features, if you understand this. And moreover, same thing as per Ind AS 37 and CA final. 90% of AS 29 and CA final ka Ind AS 37 is same. 1 or 2 concepts you don't study here, you will only study at CA final. Is it okay? So almost that chapter also over for you. So bonanza. Okay, na? You're not only preparing for inter, you're also preparing for final in a way. Yes, sir. Just the standard name is different. Here AS 29, there Ind AS 37. Ashte. Nothing. Okay. Alright, let's look at this, sir. What is the first feature? Present obligation. We know the term obligation now. Meaning company cannot escape from it. That should be there. And arising out of what, sir? Past event. That means you cannot make any provision for future activities. Provision can be only made as per AS 29 only for the past events, not for a forward-looking events or a future events. That is the second feature. Are we good with this? Yes, sir. And because of this provision or because of this event, there should be some probable outflow of economic resource. Economic resource means cash, check, debtors, all this. Some resource, some asset. Because of this provision, some asset should go out. That asset could be either cash balance, bank balance, or debtors, or bill receivable, any damn thing, doesn't matter. So because of this obligation or because of this event, there should be outflow of economic resource. And that outflow should be what, sir? Keyword here is probable. Probable means more than 50% chance. There must be more than 50% chance that there is outflow of economic resource. Because provision is an estimate, no, sir. There can't be 100%. If you are 100% sure means you don't book provision. You book what? Liability, no? Correct. If you're 100% sure, you'll book liability. Correct. So for you to book provision, it should be a probable outflow of economic resource. Probable means more than 50% chance. More than 50% probability, we call it as probable. Is this okay? One more is there, which we'll tell you in a bit. Are we good with this so far? 3 features are good. And you should be able to reliably estimate how much going to be your outflow. Because of this event, how much you need to pay. That you must be able to estimate. If all these features are satisfied, then you will create something known as what? Provision. Otherwise, not required. So can we go over this? You'll have to quote this in every particular case study. Every case study, literally. They'll ask you only case study in these standards. That's it. What is the first one, sir? Present obligation. Meaning company cannot escape from it. Correct? No? One is that. And what? That obligation should arise due to past event. Done. And third one is results in what? Due to that event, there should be probable outflow of economic resource. Economic resource means some cash or any other asset. That asset should go out. Fine. And it should be probable, meaning more than 50% probability or more than 50% chance is there that the asset will go out. And fourth one, how much you need to pay. You should be able to reliably estimate. Got it? If all these are conditions satisfied, then you will create something known as what? Provision. Can I give you a small case study? Can you tell me? You have enough case study, but simply I'll just give you one small just for that. Sir, A Limited and B Limited. There were 2 companies. B Limited filed legal case against A Limited, saying A Limited has stolen my patent or some copyright or something. A Limited has stolen. That is the reason B Limited has filed a legal case and he is demanding a compensation of 1 crore rupees. B Limited is demanding how much compensation? 1 crore rupees. Are we good with this, sir? A Limited, normally whenever case has been filed, we consult whom? Lawyer. We seek legal opinion. No? So A Limited went to their lawyer and said, this is what has happened. Okay, he is demanding a compensation of 1 crore. What do you think? Lawyer observed the case. Okay, he saw all the data and he said, there is 90% chance that we will lose. There is a 90% chance that we will lose the case. If you lose the case, then you'll have to pay how much? You have to pay the compensation. Yes or no? Fine enough, sir. So case has been filed on 1st March 2021. Are we good with this? So now year ends on 31st March 2021. The question to you is, should A Limited make any provision? Should A Limited make any provision in this case? Yes or no, sir? No. Yes or no? Okay, can we, instead of just going blindly yes or no, can we apply this definition? First is what, sir? Present obligation. Obligation means which the company which cannot escape from. Here we're talking about A Limited wants to make the provision, no? Because A Limited has to pay, correct? No? So think from A Limited, can they escape from this? Sir, legal case has already been filed means who will decide this matters? Can A and B decide or judge will decide? That means has the matter still within the hands of A and B or it is left? Left. That means does A Limited have an obligation? Does A Limited, they don't have obligation. Obligation means no escape. Can A Limited escape from this or they have obligation? Or no escape? Escape or no escape? No escape. That means what? A Limited has what? Obligation. So first thing, first condition is satisfied now. Fine. Alright, what is your doubt, sir? 1 minute. I'll get to that. No, when we talk about escape or no escape, sir, we don't look at the chance there. We just say, can you escape from it or can't you escape from it? Here, legally, case has been filed means, can A Limited or B Limited decide it or court will decide? Court. That means it has left A Limited and A Limited ka hands. Yes or no? So that means A Limited has an obligation here, meaning no escape scenario. Now, second condition is what, sir? This obligation is arising due to what? A past event. Sir, why? Just like that B Limited filed off a case, what is the Vata Nagaraj? Just like that is filed for everything. Just kidding. All right. B Limited. Sir, just like that, the B Limited filed the case or what is it, sir? Why did B Limited file a case here? Because B Limited is arguing that A Limited has stolen my patent. Has A Limited already stolen it? Matlab, has the event already passed? Yes. So that means it is arising due to past event. So second condition, is it satisfied? Yes. Can we go for the third condition? Due to this event, there should be probable outflow of economic resource. Meaning there is a more than 50% chance that A Limited have to pay the money or some other asset or some other resource. What is our lawyer saying, sir? There is a 90% chance. That means what is it here? 50% or more than 50% chance? There is a more than 50% chance that A Limited has to pay the money here. Correct or no? So that means condition number 3 is getting satisfied. Yes. Fourth one is what, sir? Reliably estimate the outflow. If A Limited can, normally in all the cases, you can estimate how much going to be the outflow. So if A Limited can reliably estimate how much going to be the outflow, then A Limited should book provision. So provision is a necessity in this particular case. Do you understood? Everybody okay or gone? Gone or okay now? All right. Sir, suppose I make this as 10% chance. Suppose instead of 90%, I make it as 10% chance. Then is provision required? No. In that case, we don't book provision. We disclose something known as contingent liability. So provision and contingent liability are in a way related. More than 50% chance means provision. 50% or less means contingent liability. That's all it is. Did you understand now? Are we okay, sir? Any confusion or good enough? Confusion or good enough? Good enough. So provision ka definition you understood, no? We'll also understand contingent liability ka definition. Then we have some 8 to 10 case study. Fataafat, we'll do all of them. Then we'll come back to the other things. Okay? Okay. Provision over. Online people also got it up? Or any confusion in the online front? Yes, sir, got it. Athira is saying. Okay, Athira. I'll move on. Sir, how to measure that 50%? Somebody is asking. You will have to take a call here, sir. Legal case means who will be the best judge to give that probability? Lawyer. Yes or no? So you need to get an expert opinion about those chances there. Every company management needs to estimate what is going to be the probability ka chance. How much percentage is it? Is it okay? That is your management call. Standard does not say that. Fine now. Are we good with this so far? So if the outflow ka chance, somebody is saying repeat once. If outflow ka chance, if there is more than 50% chance that you have to pay the money, then you account something known as what? Provision. If there is a 50% or lesser chance that you will pay the money, then you will disclose what? Contingent liability. And this 50% and all is an estimate, management estimate there. They have to take a call. And they need to justify that call. Auditors, you as an auditor should ask for it. On what basis can you say it is 20%, 30%, 40%? Is there any basis for it? You need to take additional documentations for that. That is another day. Are we okay with this? Okay, I'll go for contingent liability. That means, can you construct your own definition for contingent liability, sir? What is it? What is provision ka definition? Or what have you studied in your PUC? Contingent liability means what? You must have studied something, no? May or may not happen and all. You didn't study. You study. Uncertainty, yes. Sorry? You don't know what to do. We know what to do, but we don't want to do. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Uncertain things. Okay. We look at the definition only. Better. For a contingent liability, it is not a probable obligation. It is something known as possible obligation. Possible obligation andre 50% or less. More than 50% means we call it as probable. 50% or less means we call it as possible. Is this okay? Contingent liability means it's not a probable obligation, but it is a possible obligation. Again, arising from past event only, the existence of which will be confirmed by the happening or non-happening of an uncertain event not within entity's control. That's all it is. Are we good? Like again, I'll repeat this. It's a possible obligation, meaning less than 50% chance, which is arising again due to what? Past event only. But the existence of this liability or existence of this contingent liability will only be known when an uncertain event on happening or not happening of an uncertain future event, and that future event is not within company's hands. Same example, sir. B Limited has filed a case with A Limited. What did the lawyer say? there is 10% here, it will take this 10% chance. Here is saying there is a 10% chance that we will lose the case. 10% means, is it a probable obligation or possible obligation? Possible obligation. Why did this obligation arise? Due to future event or past event? Past event only. And the past event is what? A, stealing that patent, or B Limited has alleged that A Limited has stolen that patent. That is your past event only. Yes or no? Correct. Third is what, sir? The existence of this liability will be confirmed on what? Happening or non-happening of what event? Uncertain future event. When will you know that we have to pay or not, sir? When judge gives an order. Yes or no? Is judge ka order influenced by A and B? Don't tell we'll bribe the judge. Okay. We can't frame the rules like that. Is judge ka order or judicial system within A Limited and B Limited ka haath, sir, or it is a separate thing altogether? So that means A Limited and B Limited don't have control over that uncertain future event. Are we okay? So far, that's the reason we account something known as what? Contingent liability. Manageable, or simply if I have to say more than 50% chance means provision. 50% or less means disclose contingent liability. Got it? Or, yes sir, at 50 you disclose contingent liabilities. Possible means 50% or lesser. Actually, our AS 29 does not give what is 50% and all that stuff. Is it okay? Ind AS gives that. 50%, more than 50% and all. So we'll go ahead with the same thing. Are we fine now? In fact, they will only give you in the case study. Probable or possible answer, they'll only mention clearly. If it is probable, then provision. Possible means contingent liability, like this. You don't have to break your head about percentage thing. Not at least at this level. Okay? Alright, sir. 1 minute. One more thing, sir. There is, one second, just look at this. There is a present obligation, which arises out of past event only. That means it looks like what? We may have to create, let's say there is a probable obligation, which is arising due to past event. That means it looks like we need to create what? Provision. But there is no outflow of economic resource. Then, judge feels he will dismiss the case. He will give the warning to A and Limited and say, don't do it next time. Judge gave an order saying what? Next time, don't steal. Okay, now this time I'm giving you maafi. Is it okay? First mistake you have done, no maafi. Is that okay? That means, is there any outflow of economic resource here or no outflow? So if there is no outflow of economic resource expected, then you don't have to book provision. You can only disclose what? Contingent liability. Basically, if condition number 3 and 4 fails of provision, then you disclose what? Contingent liability. Are we okay? It is present obligation only and probable only, arising out of past event only, but outflow will not happen, or you cannot reliably estimate the outflow. If these two conditions fails, means again you disclose what? Contingent liability. Under these circumstances, you will disclose contingent liability. Understood? That is what again they have given here. Check. The present obligation that arises out of past event, but it is not recognized. Not recognized means what do you recognize, sir? What do you recognize? Contingent liability do you recognize or provision you recognize? Provision is not recognized because it is not probable that outflow of economic resource is required or reliable estimate cannot be made. Basically, if there is no outflow or if you cannot reliably estimate the outflow, then you cannot book provision. You have to compulsorily disclose what? Contingent liability. Basically, condition number 3 and 4 of provision, if it fails, then you disclose what? Contingent liability. This is your background about provision and contingent liability, the most important of this standard. Almost every case, 90% of your question is just based on this definition, nothing else. Remaining everything is ancillary. So if there is any doubt, you can ask it here only, or we can directly proceed. Any confusion now? No confusion? Okay, let's see then. Give me a quick recap. You give me a recap. Whatever we have learned now. First, for executory contract, will you apply AS 29? No. What does executory contract means? Both the parties have not performed their obligation or their duties, or they performed their duties, the obligation to equal extent. So AS 29 does not apply to executory contract. One, if you want to create provision or if you want to create or disclose contingent liability, one thing is mandatory, which is what? Obligation. Obligation simply means what? The company cannot escape from it. No escape scenario for the company. And obligation could be two types, legal and constructive. Legal means that which comes as part of law or a contract. Constructive obligation means that obligation which arises due to previous trade practices or customs. Done. Now next we saw provision. Provision means 4 features. One is what? Present obligation, but arising due to past event, which results in probable outflow of economic resource, meaning more than 50% chance of outflow going on. or asset going out. And fourth one, reliable estimate of the outflow can be made. If all are satisfied means provision. Fine. And then when will you disclose contingent liabilities? Probable obligation or possible obligation? Contingent liability means possible obligation arising again due to past event. But the existence of that contingent liability will depend on what? Happening or non-happening of an uncertain future event. And that future event is not in anybody's control. Meaning basically it is not within entity's control. That is your definition of contingent liability. Or you cannot create provision under two circumstances. What is that? If there is no outflow of economic resources. Or two, if you cannot reliably estimate the outflow, then you cannot create provision. You only disclose it as what? Contingent liability. So far, good. Can we directly apply it? Here I've already mentioned. Probable means more than 50%. Possible means less than or equal to 50% chance. Okay, come to additional questions directly, sir. First two questions are from study material. They are not that good for the time being. Let's go with additional questions. Question number 3. One or two questions I will give you a format as to how to answer. Then you tell me how you want to take it up. Again, these sort of questions, all the questions can be done in 10-15 minutes also. We can do it in 1.5 hours also. That depends on your understanding and how you want to present it. Okay, let's do a couple of them, then we assess that. A manufacturer gives warranties at the time of sale to purchaser of the product. So, seller is giving some warranty to the purchaser. Under the terms of the contract of sale, the manufacturer undertakes to make good by repair or replacement manufacturing defects that become apparent within 3 years from the date of sale. So, how many years warranty is giving, sir? 3 years. After he sells the product, he is saying within 3 years, if the product is defective or something happens to the product, means I'll either repair that product or I will replace that product. That is my headache. That seller is saying. Are we okay? On the past experience, it is probable. Probable means more likely than not, meaning more than 50% chance that there will be some claims under warranty. Meaning some goods which we have sold now will turn defective, meaning we have to repair it. So in this case, you need to tell, will you make a provision or no provision? Provision. What are the features, sir? First is what? Present obligation arising due to what? Past event, which results in what? Probable outflow. Yes, sir. So I'll just write probable outflow. And a reliable estimate of the outflow. Okay, these are the features of provision. Check this case study, sir. Do we have all the 4? 1. We are talking about the manufacturer perspective here. Does manufacturer have an obligation here? Can he tell, hey, Josh, I told off, now I will not do the warranty? Can he tell like that, or he has to compulsorily honor his agreement? Compulsorily he has to honor. Yes or no? That means if the product is defective, he has to repair it or replace it. So that means can he escape from it or no escape scenario? So if somebody says the product is defective, he has to repair it or replace it. So manufacturer cannot escape. Yes or no? Does that means condition number 1 is satisfied? Yes. Second is what? Past event. Past event is what here, sir? Has the manufacturer already sold the product? Once the sale has happened, that sale is treated as a past event. Yes or no? Only after you sell, claims will come, no, sir? Correct, no, sir? Only after you take our coaching, then only you can comment whether it is good or bad. Yes or no? Before coaching only you will comment, Dabbanan maklu anta. No. Yes, you have to take it and then only judge. Yes or no? That is the second. Past event. Here, what is the past event? The sale of goods by the manufacturer. Has the manufacturer already sold the products? Yes. At the time of sale, is already given. So, is it a past event? Yes, sir or no, sir? Yes. Probable outflow. In the question, they have only told what? It is probable. So, that means what, sir? Fourth condition is what? Reliable estimate. So, based on the past trade practices, you will be able to reliably estimate. That means what is the question here? What is the answer here? Looks like we have to make a provision. Can I tell you how to write this answer? 1 or 2 case studies I will show you the answer. Okay. Question number 1 ka solution you write down, sir. Question number 3, I guess, no? Okay. Question number 3. All right. As per accounting standard 29 hyphen provisions, contingent liability and contingent asset. Guys, you are expected to remember standard name and standard number. Please don't write incorrect standard names and numbers. Don't know means just write as per accounting standard. Don't write your own this thing. Okay, as per AS 45. Yeah, number ಬರ್ಕೋತೀವಿ 45 bus number ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ಬಂದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. Okay, we will write that only. Nah, don't write. You are expected to remember. If you don't mention standard name and number, you might lose some marks. 1 mark maybe you might lose. I know. At your level, you are expected to remember. Okay, as per AS 29, provision, contingent liability and contingent asset, comma. Provision is recognized when? Provision is recognized when all the below conditions are satisfied. When all the below conditions are satisfied. What is the first condition, sir? Present obligation and second one arising due to past events resulting in what? Resulting in probable outflow of economic resources. Probable outflow of economic resources. And what, sir? And reliable estimate can be made of the outflow. Yes, no? Reliable estimate of the outflow can be made. These are your conditions. First you'll write this conditions. Then you'll write in the present case, comma, which company is this? Manufacturer, you told her. Okay. Manufacturer has present obligation as he has sold the goods under warranty. As he has sold the goods under warranty. Then last para conclusion you'll write. And you can also write, and the outflow is probable, they are saying, no? And the, what did they, we can write the same words there. And based on the past experience, claim is probable, they are saying. And based on previous trade practice, comma, outflow is probable. Conclusion will write. Therefore, manufacturer should recognize, will write. Therefore, manufacturer should recognize provision at best estimated amount. Because based on the previous trade practices, they'll know, they'll incur 1 lakh, 2 lakhs like this, they will know that. So best estimate from the company's estimate. Company ka best estimate, how much ever is outflow, make the provision for that. So what if later on amount is higher? So provision is an estimate. Can you change the estimates? Yes. Later, suppose you thought repair cost will be 1 lakh. Later on repair cost became 1,50,000. Then from 1 lakh you increase the provision to 1,50,000. For time being you make the provision at what? 1 lakh. Because that is your best estimated amount for the time being. If you get new data, revise the provision. You've done already in AS, fine. Because estimates are based on what? The recent development of that particular data. If those data or new development comes, means provision can be also be, or estimates can be revised. So that is your conclusion. Understood? Huh? So how to go about standard answer is this should come, sir. If they ask for 4 marks, means this should always come. First para. Are we okay? Second para and third para is based on whatever is happening in the case you need to write. Is this okay? You get the standard way of answering it. Can I move on to the next one? All right. Copied also over, no? Copying portion. Okay, come to question number. In fact, what is the answer here? Check. Find a conclusion they have written. What is that? A provision should be recognized for best estimated amount or best estimated amount of the repair cost. That is your final answer. That's what we also wrote. Yes, no? Okay, this is institute ka example. Okay, all this has been given in your study material as an example. That example I have converted into question because there are a lot of chances this only will come in your examination. These are good questions. Okay, all right. Let's see. Next, carefully read. Okay, you have to tell me the answer. If you want presentation help, I'll help you with that. Answer you need to tell. Provision or contingent liability. That's all you need to tell. An enterprise is in oil industry, causes contamination but does not clean up because there is no legislation. They are in oil industry, sir. All the waste they are releasing it probably into water body or land mines. They're dumping all the waste somewhere on the land or somewhere in the ocean. And are they doing that cleaning activity? They are said law illa. So, nanga panna mato. Yes, no. So they are not doing that cleanup activity because there is no legislation or law requiring them to do so. Okay. And the enterprise has been contaminating the land for several years. This is going for a lot of years now. At 31st March 2005, it is virtually certain. Mean almost sure. Virtually certain means more than 94% chance. That we call it as virtually certain. More than 95% probability if you have that, we use the term as virtually certain. It is virtually certain that the law requiring cleanup of the land already contaminated. Okay, they have not contaminated water body. They have contaminated a land. Law requiring cleanup of land contaminated will be enacted shortly after year end. It is virtually certain that it will come. It is just a matter of time now. Maybe it's already approved in Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. Only what? It has to be published in official gadget maybe. Fair enough. It is virtually certain. Now you need to tell, sir, should we make any provision or leave it? Provision is required. All of you 100% provision required. Again, let's not blindly say. We'll test the features. What are the 4 features, sir? Present obligation. So does the company, can they escape from this, sir? Law is almost there already. Yes, no, it just has to be published. It's almost certain that everybody knows that it's going to come. Yes or no? So that means if the law comes into play, can company say no, Anboda? Nothing doing. Shut up and follow it. Yes or no? So that means no escape scenario or escape is there? No escape. That means do they have present obligation? Yes. Arising due to past event. What is the past event here? Already they have contaminated the land. That contamination has already happened over many years. So past event is also there. Third one is what? Probable outflow of economic resources. Law, they are only telling. If law comes means you have to clean. Yes or no? I mean, it is probable or possible? Probable only. Yes or no? Fourth one is what, sir? Reliably estimate the outflow. If you have to clean up means there will be some cost, no, sir. You will be ideally able to reliably estimate it. Fair enough? So in that case, what do you write? Provision is required. Are we good? So I'll give you an answer for this also, or you'll only manage. You'll only manage. Answer not required. Gifts. Okay. Fine. Question number 4. Or first, I will write. You have to write provision ka definition. Can you do that? First, you will write provision ka definition or 4 features. That you will write is your first para. That we have written here, no? This you will write it as a first point. Manageable. Second point you will write. In the present case, comma, have they given the name of the company, sir? They've just given. Okay, in the present case, company has present obligation. Has present obligation as law requiring the cleanup. Law requiring the cleanup of land contaminated is shortly to be enacted. Yes, no? That's what they've said. Will be enacted. Will be shortly to be enacted. Enacted means published. Is shortly to be published, or we say for the law we use the term enacted, meaning it's going to get published. That's what it means. Fine now. That means present obligation the company has. So final conclusion, what will you write? Therefore, the entity or the enterprise should recognize provision at what? Should recognize a provision at best estimated amount. At best estimated, or can I write like this? At best estimated cost of cleaning up the land. At best estimated cost of cleanup cost or cleaning the land. Is it okay? They have to, they have to estimate that. What's going to be the cost? Which most probably will be there. Every company will be able to estimate that. Yes. If you just go and ask some guy a quotation, he will give no. If you show him, this is my dump. This is what I've dumped. I need to clean this. Will the contractor not give you that quotation? He will say, I require 5 lakh rupees or I require 20,000 rupees. Something like this. He will give you a quotation. No. That is your best estimate. Recognize provision for that best estimated amount. Got it? That's all is the conclusion. Easy? Okay, so that's what they've given the answer as. A provision is recognized for the best estimated cost of the cleanup. Meaning provision is required. Can I go for case number 5 now? Online also okay till here? Okay. Y Limited has filed a case against X Limited for compensation of 10 lakh for patent infringement. Who has filed a case against whom, sir? Y and X. Y has filed a case against X. Why? Because Y says X Limited has stolen his patent. And how much compensation? 10 lakh. Legal counsel, meaning the lawyer of X Limited, opines, meaning he feels that there is a 90% chance of losing the case. Should X Limited make provision? We just now took this case, no sir. What is it? There is a 90. First of all, check. Don't say yes. My short answer is what? Provision is required. Should X make provision? Yes. Why? Because it satisfies all the 4 features. What are the features? Present obligation. Can escape from it? Can X escape or no escape? Already case has been filed. That means it will be decided by the judicial system or the judge. So that means X has present obligation arising due to what? Past event. What is that past event? Why telling that X is stolen his patent? That happens to be a past event which results in probable outflow. Here it is possible or probable? Sir, there is a 90% chance, they said. No sir. That means possible or probable? Probable obligation of outflow of economic resource. Yes or no? Assuming reliable estimate of the outflow can be made based on the lawyer's opinion. Yes. They are saying 90% chance. No. You can reliably estimate how much it's going to be. Yes. So make the provision at best estimated amount. Yes, no. A provision is recognized for the best estimated amount to settle that obligation. If lawyer says, okay, he's demanding 10 lakh rupees. If you give him 5 lakh rupees, no, we can settle the case. Out of court settlement happens. Yes, no. If lawyer says, if you pay 5 lakh, we can settle it. That means you will make the provision for how much in this case? 5 lakh. Like that. Because that is the best estimated amount to settle this obligation. Are we good with this? So whatever you feel, company feels how much they need to pay, make the estimate for that particular amount. Not the amount they have filed a case against. Best estimated amount to settle the obligation. Easy now? Yes or more on a doubt? Artha aitu. Others also. Can I go for 6th case study then? Okay, here there is nothing, no sir. This is very simple now. You got the answer how to write also. No, first para, what will you write, sir? In fact, you'll write provision. Okay, provision ka definition. Second case, you will write here. In the present case, X Limited has a probable obligation. Why? Because lawyer says there is a 90% chance of losing the case. Hence, it is what? Probable obligation. Huh? Then finally, you will conclude that X Limited should make the provision for the best estimated amount to settle that obligation. That's all you need to write. Easy now. You want me to write it or is this okay? Is this manageable? No. Sir, same case studies will not come. Please don't mug up. Similar will come. So you need to have a little bit of creativity in terms of writing. Okay, some of them will feel low. Give answer for everything. No, same thing will write. See, if same case study used to come means I don't mind giving the answer for you. It is not your school days where your teacher will dictate something. That question only will come in the paper. That only you will copy and get full marks. Easy for teacher also. Easy for student also. Teacher also will compare. Okay, this is my notes. This is my thing. But here, that will not be the case. You will get what? New questions. So no point in mugging up the answer. You should know how to answer it. As long as you're getting a comfort zone around it, it is good enough. Manageable. Can I move on to the next question then? Sixth question. A retail store has a policy of refunding the purchases by dissatisfied customer. If customer is not happy, then this retail store will give the money back. Even though it is under no legal obligation to do so. There is no legal contract between that retail store and the customer. Nowhere they have told that we'll give you a refund. But it is a policy of making the refunds is generally known. That retail stores ka policy of making the refunds is generally known. So you tell me, sir, what is it? Should we make any provision first of all? Should we make provision? So retail store has sold goods, suppose to you. Okay, it has sold goods to you. Is it okay? If you are unhappy with the product, then what will the retail store do? They will take back the product and give the money back to you. Though the contract to refund is not there, but still as a previous trade practices, retail store is doing this, and this policy of retail store is well known. People know in the market very well. People know that this retail store will give the refund if customers are unhappy. Fair enough. So is the provision required or not required? Required. Why? Obligation is there, she's saying. What sort of an obligation, sir? Sir, yeah. We have present obligation, and here obligation is not legal obligation. It is constructive obligation. Though legally there is no contract, but the practice of retail store ka refund, it's generally known in the market, no? That means what is the expectation from the customer, sir? When he buys, what is the expectation he will have? If I'm unhappy, I can return the product, take my money back. Yes or no? Means he is already that my mentality is already set with the customer, no? So here the company has what sort of an obligation? Constructive obligations. Are we fine now? And if this retail store feels there is a probable outflow of economic resources based on the past trade practices, then you will make provision. Or if it's possible obligation means disclose contingent liability. That's what you need to write. Maybe for this I'll give you answer. Not required. Okay, this one I'll give it. It's okay. Or we'll check their answer. It's okay. They'll write in their own way. Then we can write it ours. Okay, question number 6 ka is all examples. He's saying, sir, is this similar to that 10,000 cash reward which example you gave? Absolutely. Yes, same like that. Yes, 10,000 example I gave. No constructive obligation. Same funda here. Okay, yes. First you will write what, sir? If it comes for 5 marks, first you will write provision ka definition. Sir, if it comes for 2 marks, don't bother. Cut off provision for definition. Directly write what? In the present case and conclusion. That is good enough. More than 2 marks, write this provision ka definition. Fine. Take a call based on marks. Second point you will write in the present case. In the present case, comma, the retail store has a practice of what, sir? Has a practice of refunding dissatisfied customers. This practice is what? What they say? Well known in the market, they said. Or what did they say? This practice is well known in the market. That is your second point. Third point, you will write conclusion. Retail store has constructive obligation and hence provision should be recognized. and provision should be recognized at best estimated amount to settle that amount or to settle that obligation. Fine. Now, if you want, you can also write if the outflow is not probable, meaning if it is possible, then it could be disclosed as a contingent liability. I'm leaving that because generally this comes for 2 to 3 marks. That is sufficient. If it comes for more, you can also add those masalas also. Because they have not given here whether it is probable or possible. Yes, sir? Yes or no, sir? Yes. Alright. So this has to be based on past trade practices. But generally here we have to recognize provision because what? If customer says he's dissatisfied, can the retail store will say no or it'll refund offer? It'll refund off. So most ideally provision would be required here based on your previous practices. How much provision you're done in the history, the last 2-3 years, make that much amount for this transaction. Understood? Huh? Anyone copying or done? Yes? Alright. Okay, somebody is saying give that opinion also. Or maybe here only you can add. At best estimated amount to settle that obligation if outflow is what? If outflow is probable. Else disclose, what will you write? Else disclose contingent liability. Ideally, I would say don't write the contingent liability because in most cases you may have to require a provision. But only if it comes to more amount, write it. Otherwise, not required this portion. Fine, sir. In my opinion, you can stop the answer here. Done now. So, 6th question is also done. Can I go for the next one? Break. Okay. Listen. Important one. A government introduces a number of changes to the income tax system. As a result of these changes, an enterprise, meaning a company in the financial service sector, will need to retrain a large proportion of its administrative and sales workforce in order to ensure continuous compliance with the financial service regulation. At the balance sheet, no retraining of the staff has taken place. GST was introduced. Now also we don't know much about GST. Back then when it was introduced, nobody knew, correct or no? Means everybody had to be trained. How should the GSTR, how does GST work? How should the returns be filed? Correct. Now all this process, everybody had to get trained. Yes, no, sir. So government has brought in GST. Due to this, let's say there is financial sector firm, means our audit firms. Audit firms will have audit staff, no, sir. First, the CA firm has to give the training to the articles. Only then they will be able to do the service. Yes or no? Correct. So right now, the company, the CA firm has not given any training to their articles. Balance sheet data has come. They're asking, should this CA firm or should this company, should they make a provision for that training cost? Should they make a provision for that training cost is a question. Did you understand the question? Okay, can you tell me yes or a no, sir? Yes, sir. No, sir. Why yes, sir? If it is compulsory, we make provision, sir. So you are saying justification for yes, sir. Or he is saying it is compulsory to train the employees, so hence you have to make a provision. He is saying that. And make the provision for best estimated amount. Okay. Alright. No provision required. Give me a justification. Somebody who said no. Why no? It is not a past event. Is government changing the rules. Government has changed the rules. GST ka rules they have changed. Because of this, you need to train your employees. So changing of a rule is a past event. Yes or no? Rule has been changed. Because of that, you need to provide training to your employees. So it is a past event. Those of you who said no there. Anyone else? Any other justification? Training is not yet given, sir. That's what we are saying. For the training cost, should we make a provision now itself? Training we have not yet given. Suppose, let's say it takes about 5 lakh rupees to give training to the employees. Suppose it's a big CA firm like an Ernst & Young or a PwC where the number of employees are many. So training cost also will be huge. Let's say the training cost is 10 lakh rupees. To train your employees on GST, it takes about 10 lakh rupees. should that Ernst and Young or a PwC make a provision for that 10 lakh rupees for the training cost? It is not an obligation that government say to give training. Somebody is saying it is not an obligation. Others. You are missing on the term obligation. That is the reason I said one of the key word for provision or contingent liability is obligation. You're not stressing enough on obligation. That is the reason you're giving me incorrect answer or incorrect justifications. Is there an obligation for this financial company, sir? No. Why? There is no obligation. Why? Sir, can the obligation means what? No escape. Correct? If the company wants, they can escape from this liability. Yes or no? What can they tell? Hey staff, I am giving you salary. You go and get yourself trained. Possible. What is one? Or they can hire a trained staff. They can hire that staff in which who's already trained. Yes or no, sir? That means it is absolutely no escape scenario or escape is there. Since escape is there, provision not required. Are we good? Like that. On that mentality, provision has been booked. Because, sir, provision is a charge against profit. Left, right, center, if you start booking provision, what happens to your profit, sir? It will reduce. Yes or no? So that's the reason they have brought in a little cautious approach also. So it's not like your conservatism. Bindas, ella book padkondo ittari. Nothing like that. Are we okay? So that's the reason they said obligation, they have defined it very clearly. Obligation means no escape. Here, absolutely no escape or escape is there. Escape is there. They can tell the employees what? You can get yourself trained or they can hire trained employees. So do we have obligation here? No obligation. So if no obligation is required means is provision required, sir? No provision is required as the company can escape from this by hiring either new employees or asking the employees to bear the training cost themselves. So there is a possibility of that. Hence we don't recognize the provision. Or, any note the same thing here, sir. In the present case, or maybe I'll give you the answer for this. Question number 7. In the present case, first one, if it comes for 5 marks, again what you'll write? Provision ka definition. In fact, here no, more than provision, you'll write obligation ka definition. Because it is revolving around what? Not provision, it is revolving around obligation. Sir, obligation means what, sir? Or maybe we'll write it off here. As per AS 29. Obligating or as per AS 29 hyphen what? Provisions, contingent liability and contingent asset, comma. They don't define obligations, sir. AS defines something known as obligating event. Obligating event is an event. Obligating event, or here they've given not given okay. Obligating event is an event due to which the enterprise or the company has no realistic alternative. There's an exact definition, they write it. Okay. Due to which enterprise has no realistic alternative but to settle that obligation. Basically, we used, instead of this bari term, what did we say? No escape. Company cannot escape from it. Fair enough, that they are saying like this. The company has no other alternative but to settle the obligation. That is the exact words of the definition. Second one. What is the second one? You'll write in the present case. Comma. The company does not have obligation as it can avoid this future expenditure, or this can avoid this expenditure by its future actions. Like what? Asking the employee to bear the training cost. Asking the employees to bear the training cost. Or hiring trained employees. or hiring trained employees. Therefore, you'll write the conclusion. Therefore, no provision is recognized. No provision is recognized. Therefore, no provision is recognized for this training cost. For this training cost. If you want, you can stop at that, or you can write for this training cost. That is the funda. Are we okay with this? Yes. This is the standard answer. Hence, no provision would be required. Somebody is saying constructive obligation is there. Yes. Generally, most of the employees will what? Most of the companies will only bear the training cost. Generally. But provision is built in with this mentality. Escape or no escape wala funda. So, answer will be this only. Fine. If still, like, if the company is very sure that they will only incur the cost, make it. No problem. But standard ka answer in your examination, you'll write the same answer. Practically, you might make a provision for this because company may bear the, or company generally will bear that training cost. Is it okay? But for your marks, you'll write this only because company can escape from it. Yes or no? So literally interpreting the standard, this provision is not required here. Ane Jubala? Okay. All right. Next. Question number 8 then. During 2004 and 5, Enterprise A gives a guarantee of certain borrowings of Enterprise B. So one company, B Limited, they have taken up borrowings, maybe from a particular bank or something, for which who has given guarantee, sir? A Limited. Normally when you take a loan, somebody has to give surety, no? Your relative or somebody will sign your paper, no? Saying what? I will give the guarantee just in case he fails to pay you. That sort of a surety somebody or third party will give. Here, who has given that guarantee? A has given a guarantee, but who has taken that loan? B Limited has taken a loan. For that loan, A has given a guarantee, whose financial condition at that time is very sound, meaning financial position is good, no problem, super. Okay, that is 2004 and 5. During 5 and 6, financial condition of Enterprise B Limited deteriorates, and as in September 2005, B Limited goes into liquidation only. Papa, you gave borrowing 1 year after you gave guarantee, no? Is business only damar. All right, fine. This is what happened. So you need to figure out on 31st March 2005 what will you do? On 31st March 2006 what will you do? Can you tell me the answer? For 2 years. First year is 31st March 2005. Next year ends on 31st March 2006. On both the year ending, what do you need to do? Don't look at the solution, directly tell the answer like that only. Basically, should A Limited make a provision or not? A provision is not required. For the first year is provision required, sir. Why? Sir, B Limited ka financial position, good or bad? So till 2005, their financial position was good. So A Limited do they have any outflow of economic resources? There is no outflow expected, means is provision required, sir. For you to make a provision, there should be probable outflow of economic resource. That could be cash or something else. Fine. So in the first year, is there any outflow expected? No outflow. That means first year, do we require any provision? First year, no provision is recognized. But if it's a possible obligation, you will disclose what? Contingent liability. Yes, no, you disclose this as a contingent liability. Are we fine now? Because outflow is not expected. Next, how about 31st March 2006? What happened in 31st March 2006? His financial position is deteriorating. It's going bad. That means now we'll have buku. Because we gave guarantee, no. His financial position is going bad, and finally that guy went into liquidation only. Damdamar. So what happened? In September 2005 only, he goes off into liquidation. That means now we have to compulsorily pay the banker. Because we can't tell, hey, by mistake I signed off macha, please forgive da. Can we tell that? Or banker will recover the money. Banker will recover the money from us. That means for us, is there any outflow of economic resource? Yes. So as on 31st March 2006, is there any probable outflow of economic resource? Absolutely yes. So is the provision required, sir? Yes. For how much amount? For the best estimated amount to settle that obligation. So simply you'll write what? Provision ka definition. Then you will say, or can I give you a short answer for this? Sorry, sir. Here he goes into liquidation, sir. But if you assume that no, just because he goes into liquidation, if he has enough assets, if enterprise B has enough assets, I mean, should we have to pay now? Probably no. So yes, that could also be the case. Fair enough. But here, looking into these, since his financial position has gone bad and then he has gone into liquidation, that means it is indicating like what? He doesn't have enough money. Hence, I'm going to answer with respect to provision side, not on a contingent liability. I'm not denying your answer, just that here provision looks like a better suited answer for this. Yes, sir. Can I go and answer that now? Somebody saying we didn't get his question. His question was, so why should we book provision? Why don't we disclose it as contingent liability? Because he has gone into liquidation, but if that B Limited has enough assets, that means he'll be able to pay that loan. No, that means we may not be required to pay that loan. But why did he go into liquidation? Because his financial position has deteriorated. Then it looks like he may not have enough assets to pay off that liability. So we may have to incur the liabilities because we gave the guarantee. Hence, I am writing the answer from the provision side of things. That's what my thing was. All right. First you will write what definitions? Provision ka definition. Then you will write as on 31st March 2005. That is first year, no? Comma, enterprise A. Enterprise A does not have any. Does not have, or you can write enterprise A need not recognize any provision. We'll write like that. Enterprise A need not recognize provision. Need not recognize any provision as there is no outflow expected. Yes, no? As there is no outflow of economic resources. That is the direct conclusion. Next, you will write as on 31st March 2006, comma, enterprise B's financial position has deteriorated and it has been liquidated, and enterprise B is liquidated. So you'll write assuming there is probable outflow. Assuming there is probable outflow of economic resource. Assuming there is a probable outflow of economic resource. Comma, provision should be recognized. Provision should be recognized at best estimated amount. At best estimated amount required to settle the obligation. Required to settle the obligation. This is your answer. Take a call based on marks. Somebody is saying, what if a banks and other financial institution is giving guarantee? For banks and all, there is a different provision, sir. RBI gives you a different provisions. There you will worry about that. So you don't have to bring in here. All right. Somebody is saying, sir, how are you saying in the first case there is no outflow? There is no outflow expected during first year because financial position of B Limited is what? They only said. Financial condition of B Limited is what? Is good, is sound. Sound means he's doing well. If he is doing well, why should I pay? His business is doing good means I don't have to pay anything. No. That is the reason first year there is nothing. Okay. Done now. So this is your answer. Liquidated companies creates provision. Shweta, your question is not clear. You need to write it a little better. Question number 8 aita. Next, question number 9. Can I go? We'll finish off all provision question and then take a break. Would that be okay? Another 3-4 questions are there? Okay. Shweta, you have a lot of fan following here. One day do come. Okay. Yes. Question number 9. After a wedding in 2004 and 5, 10 people died, possibly as a result of food poisoning from the products sold by the enterprise. You did a catering business in one of the wedding. Because of that, 10 people okay, smoke. Okay. And when it happened 2004 and 5 May, legal proceedings have started seeking damages from the enterprise. They are filed a case against the enterprise saying because of your food, Shiva has happened. Alright. So legal proceeding has started. But the company disputes the liability. They are saying, Namdu ka food was good only. Okay, your health was bad. You did whatever, who knows, Yeah, they are telling we are not in a mistake. Your mistake. Okay, let's see. Upon the date of approval of financial statements for the year ended 31st March 2005, that is the first year ending, enterprise lawyers advise that it is probable, meaning more than 50% chance, that the enterprise will not be found liable. As on 31st March 2005, what is the lawyer telling? Don't worry, it is not our mistake. There is a good chance that we will win the case, meaning we don't have to pay any liability or we don't have to give any compensation. That means as on 31st March 2005, can you tell me, should we make a provision, sir, or no provision? No provision required. Why? Because obligation is there. Because case has already been filed, That means obligation is there or not there? Present obligation we have arising out of past event only. What is that past event? People consuming your food and going to Kailasam. Correct? No, that is a past event. What is the third one? Probable outflow of economic resource. Is there a probable outflow of economic resources here? No, it looks like what? Possible. Because lawyer is saying there is a high chance that we will win the case. That means it's a probable obligation of outflow or possible obligation? Possible obligation. If it's a possible obligation, will we create provision or disclose it as contingent liability? No provision, but you disclose what? Contingent liability. That is for the first year. Manageable. Okay, then see what happened. However, when the enterprise prepares financial statements for the year ended 31st March 2006, so when it comes to 2006, its lawyer advised that owing to the new developments or owing to the developments in this case, it is probable that the enterprise will be found liable. First year lawyer wanted fees. He told, don't worry, we will win the case. Then when he got the fees, he's telling, most probably we will lose the case much. Okay. Some new development or new evidence came off and the new evidence is suggesting what? That we may have to pay the liability. It's a probable that we'll have to pay the liability. That means now what will you create, sir? Still will you disclose contingent liability or will you make provision? So you make provision. When? Only in the second year. For what amount? Best estimated amount required to settle that obligation. That is your short answer. Are we okay now? That is what they've given here. As on 31st March 2005, no provision is recognized. Only you can disclose it as a contingent liability. This line I'm not reading for the time being. Unless probability of outflow is regarded as remote. We have not yet touched upon this, so I'll leave that. That I will tell you as a separate section. So first year, no provision, but recognize it as or disclose it as a contingent liability. However, next year, 31st March 2006, what do you need to do? A provision should be recognized to the best estimated amount to settle that obligation. That is your answer. I think now short answer is good, no? More or less we have got how to answer. Yes or no? Alright. Can I move on to the next one then? Read this question. Again, pay attention to this particular question number 10. A furnace has a lining that needs to be replaced. A furnace is a drum. If you're doing mass production and also, like people who manufacture all this attas, guitars and all. Do you think they'll manufacture in this mug, steel mug? They have to manufacture in huge quantity. That means they'll have a huge drum, huge machine. Yes, that we call it as a furnace. That furnace has a lining. You know that furnace drums and all will have that steel parts revolving around that. That we call it as lining. That they are saying it needs to be replaced every 5 years. The drum will come for a long period of time, but that silver lining or that part, the silver part of the drum needs to be replaced every year. Like a mixer jar, sir. Mixer will come for many years. Jar has to be probably replaced. So here that one part of that asset needs to be replaced every what? 5 years. for technical reasons. Maybe it becomes worn out or whatever. At the balance sheet date, the lining has been in use for 3 years. We are currently in the balance sheet date, and as of now, that lining, that silver part or that's the purple lining has been used for how many years? 3 years. So we will have to replace it in future. Another 2 years we need to replace. Should we make any provision for this lining, sir? Should we make any provisions? No. Why, sir? See, if you are replacing means you have to pay money. Nobody will do it for free of cost for you. Yes, no. That means outflow is probable or 100% certain. If you are replacing means you have to pay money. So it is probable only. Yes or no? It is not a question of probable. First funda. Obligation. Obligation means what? No escape. Absolutely no escape scenario, or company can escape. Company can escape. How? One, like, they can replace they can buy a new drum only. Whether their intention is to buy or not is a different issue. But can they escape from this obligation? Yes. If they buy a new asset, is that lining needs to be replaced, sir? Not required. That means, do we really have an obligation here? No obligation. If there is no obligation, is provision required, sir? No. So, present obligation as a result of, no, there is no present obligation. Why? Because here they've given here, check. No obligation to replace the lining exists because company's future actions. And now, the cost of replacing the lining is not recognized because of the balance sheet date. No obligation to replace the lining exists independently of the company's future actions. Chumma they're saying, sir. What is that, basically? What they're saying in nonsense words. What is that? Simply they're trying to say, you can avoid this expenditure by either what? By purchasing an asset. Since, because of that is there, but because of that, we don't have any present obligation. Since present obligation is not there, do we need to make provision for this or no provision is required? No provision is required. Only underline this portion. That's all. This portion and this portion you underline. You write that present obligation in your own words. What will you write? What will you write, sir? Here in the present case, company can avoid this expenditure by its future actions, like replacing of that furnace. Can you write that much or you want me to write that? I think in one problem I already wrote that. Can you write it or you want me to write? It's okay. Manageable. All right. Can I move on to the next one now? An airline is required by the law. An airline means airline industry is required by the law to overhaul its aircraft. Overhaul means bring it for inspection. All this who operates your airline industry, ship and all, no, they have to do some major inspection once in a while, required by the law. So they require to overhaul, meaning inspect. Inspect its aircraft once in 5 years. Once in 5 years, some department will come and they will inspect your whatever asset, aircraft or whatever. The Pacific Airlines, the company which operates aircraft, does not provide any provision as required by the law in its final accounts. Sir, if you are inspecting it or if you are overhauling it, will somebody do it for free of cost or there will be some charges for it? There will obviously be charges. Yes or no? This company is not made provision for those inspection charges or overhaul charges. They have not yet made in their final accounts. You are required to comment whether the validity of the treatment done by the company as per provisions of AS 29. They have not made provision for this inspection or overhaul charges. Are they right in doing so or should they make the provision is the question they're asking. What do you think? Make the provision. Again, you're not resting upon one thing. Obligation. Obligation is there. Obligation is not there, sir. Obligation means what? No escape. Can company escape from this inspection? Very much yes. What if they buy the new airlines? Their intention is different, but can they escape from it? Yes. By what? By replacing or going ahead with another asset. Yes or no? So is there absolutely no escape scenario or we can escape from this? If there is escape scenario, we don't make provisions. As simple as that. No provision is recognized. Law is built from that side. Your mind might be telling, sir, who will do all that, sir, practically? Yes, no. But law is built from that angle. Obligation side of things. Are we fine? Practically, you may make a provision, but your case study you will write no provision required only. Are we good? Because obligation is not there. Because company can avoid. Here, I think they have given. Enterprise, underline this word, sir. Enterprise could avoid the future expenditure by its future actions. For example, selling the aircraft. Since they can avoid this expenditure by their action, we say that there is no present obligation. Since there is no present obligation, no provision is required. Only that much if you write. What I've underlined, no, if you underline and write that much, it is good enough. Yes, sir. Done now. Can I go for the next question? Go for the next. I know you require a break. One or two more questions is that's it. We'll do off that and then new concept we will start. Meaning we'll take a break and then start the new concept. Question 12. Messrs XYZ Limited is in a dispute with a competitor company. The dispute is regarding alleged infringement of copyrights. Somebody has filed a case against us saying we have stolen their copyrights. The competitor has filed a suit in the court of law seeking damages of rupees 200 lakhs. 2 crore rupees is demanding compensation. The directors of XYZ are of the view that the claim can be successfully resisted by the company. Underline that word, sir. The claim can be successfully resisted by the company. What does that mean? The directors feel, don't worry, we will aram se win the case. Because all the evidence is suggesting that we have not done any infringement, meaning we have not stolen their copyrights. Director is saying successfully we'll defend the case. Okay. How would the matter be dealt in annual accounts in the light of AS 29 provisions? So what do you need to write, sir? Directors are only telling that what? We will successfully defend this case. If they defend means, is there any outflow of economic resource or no economic outflow? No outflow. If there is no outflow, as per director's opinion, is provision required, sir? Now, what is the final answer? No provision is required. Company can disclose the same as contingent liability. Fine, that's all it is. Note and all not required. Leave it. It's fine. Just write this. If it comes for 4 marks, I think you know what to write. First, you will write what? Provision ka definition. Then you'll write in the present case, since the directors feel that successfully the case can be resisted, the company does not have any probable outflow of economic resource. Hence, provision is not required. That you want me to write or write out? If you want to write, I'll write. If you have got it, means I'll move on. Choice is yours. Is it okay? Have you got it? So final answer is no provision is required. She's saying, can we make our own assumptions and give answers for accounting standard? Yes. If the assumptions are valid, you can make it so. No problem. You can have your assumptions. It's okay. Because full data will not be given here and all. All right, sir. Question number 13 onwards, it's something related to the new concepts. I think we will stop here. We'll take a break and then we will come back. Thank you.